Hi, it's Stephen Phillips here from Jinfo, and welcome to this latest update where I'm going to be covering three key themes. First and foremost, AI in the news. Secondly, our most recent community session. And thirdly, our focus on private company information. So, AI in the news. When isn't it in the news, right? It's all over the news, but two key stories came out last month that I think are really worth noting. First and foremost, speculation that the availability of data on the internet to train open AI models is going to be exhausted by probably 2025, maybe early 2026. Secondly, the kind of revelatory news that actually OpenAI have started to contract with primary and premium content providers in order to use their data, one, to train their models, two, to include their data in their summaries, and three, potentially to link back to that source data in order to validate and verify the content that they put into their summaries. Which premium providers are doing this? People like Financial Times, people like News Corporation, people like Axel Springer, Le Monde, El País, and Cinco Dias have all contracted with OpenAI to do this. My question is, what does this mean for the proprietary platforms, things like FT.com? What does this mean for the big aggregators, people like Dow Jones Factiva or alternatively Nexus, who have made their living for decades actually providing access to all this content? Don't know the answers to any of those questions right now, but we're going to be watching this space and talking to those suppliers and just seeing and tracking how that plays out. Now, our last community session featured actually speakers from Nexus, funnily enough, and also from EMIS, talking about how they're using generative AI to augment their product sets and their user experience. Great conversations. We have got both a video recording of those discussions as well as a report that's available. And one of the key things that came out of the conversation was their very, very different approaches to realizing their return on their investment in this technology. And I can assure you, they have two very different contrasting approaches to that. And it's well worth checking out that report and that recording to find out what's going on in that space. So check that out. Finally, focus on private company information. And again, two key themes here to pick up on. First and foremost, we have come across a company that's collating company information across a broad range of variables that promises, I think, to actually revolutionize this space and to potentially displace some of the larger, more established providers that you may be contracted with. They have over 300 million companies in their repository, and they provide some really powerful screening criteria that help you do all sorts of things like supply chain management, M&A targeting, perhaps some competitive intelligence and some market sizing. So we've got a video coming out with one of the co-founders, talks about the genesis of the product and then its evolution and to date, and a test drive, so you can get real insight into what this product does. And if you're very interested in this, please do get in touch. We'd be happy to share more information and perhaps facilitate an introduction for you. Lastly, US private company information has been the bane of researchers' lives forever, really. It simply is not much out there or hasn't been historically. But increasingly what we're finding with generative AI technologies is there's vendors operating and offering products that collate information from a broad range of sources that give you great visibility, great transparency into some of these private enterprises in North America. Our latest market landscape report will be released at the end of the month, which actually outlines all of the work that's being done in this space. And our next community session in a couple of weeks' time will actually do a deep dive into that research. And we'll be talking about how you can take some of these products and incorporate them into your information strategy moving forward, and where particularly they should be valuable to you. So really looking forward to that conversation. So lots of links in the comments below. If you want to check out any of these resources, please do use those. Also, do click like, share, and subscribe if you've enjoyed this update. This is Stephen Phillips for Jinfo signing off for now, and I look forward to seeing you next time.